So what do you mean you had the surgery?
Well, I was as skeptical, but when you have leukemia and someone
stay with me, people, because this is as woo-woo as I know how this sounds. It sounds like woo. It sounds crazy.
So anyway, Raina Piskova calls me from down in Abidjan.
Okay.
She had the surgery. I had the surgery. Now the surgery, this is a guy who can do surgery to 1,000 people in a room at the same time. This is not, he is not somebody who does the surgery. Okay, he doesn't remember any of it that he does. You can watch him do it. He gets into this thing and he picks up these instruments, and you can actually see pictures of the entities that enter his body as he does this. I know when you're going down there, you'll see.
I'm going down.
You did a whole show on it.
I did, but every time I've heard about him or talked about him or even written about him in the magazine, it has been through somebody else's eyes.
Right.
And I keep hearing these stories and
I had a direct experience. So I went to bed. I didn't feel anything. Nothing changed.
This is after you've taken the herbs.
I took the herbs. She said, you'll wake up at 7 o'clock. She told me what time the surgery was at 7 o'clock. She said, you'll get up at 8 o'clock, and then you'll drink some of the water, the blessed water, and you'll go right back to bed for 24 hours.
Let's get to the surgery part.
Okay. The surgery is it's a remote surgery. I mean, it was 12,000 miles from where I was. So it's, I don't know what happened. These are entities. They don't have any form. They're just these spirits that enter his body. It's been going on for 40 years to 25 million people.
Okay, so tell me this. Does he tell you a certain time to lay down, a certain way to lay down?
No, just go to bed, wear white, just wear, everything is white. Well, drink the water, take the herbs, and don't have sex, and don't eat spicy food. And don't eat pork. But basically, that's it. Okay, so I did everything. I went to bed. I got up.
Were you skeptical as I am right now?
Yes.
Because this sounds crazy.
I know. It was, but that's because we have been conditioned to believe that there's a.
This is my limited self-talking.
Okay, but here's a line from Jesus. With God,
yes,
all things are possible. Now, what does that leave out?
That leaves out nothing.
Okay, that leaves out nothing. So it doesn't leave out this either. It leaves out nothing. That's what all things means. If he meant some things are possible and some things aren't, he would have said that, but he didn't. He said all things are possible.
But this does sound crazy, even to you, doesn't it?
It did. It did.
Okay, it did. Okay,
but
so
I had leukemia.
Okay,
and,
so when you have
my
leukemia,
white blood count was going up, and I had cancer in my blood, and I was, so.
Yes.
So Raina called me, and she said, go right back to bed. I said, I can't go back to bed. I just slept for 8 hours. She said, you've had surgery. It's no different than having your gallbladder removed or something. She said, you've got to go right back to bed.
How did you feel when you woke up?
I felt fine. I didn't feel any different, honestly. And I said to my kids, I'm going for a walk. It's like I walk about an hour and a half every day. I kind of brisk walk and all of this. And then I got about 100 yards away, and I collapsed. I mean, I couldn't get up. I was basically helpless. And I had to almost crawl back into the apartment to get on the elevator. I was out of breath. And I said to my daughter and my son, both of whom were there at the time that this happened, and they said, I said, I've just got to go back to bed. I said, I just feel so weak. I don't know what has happened. I have no idea. And I went back to bed until 8 o'clock the next morning. Wow. 24 hours. I slept. I got up twice to go to the bathroom and to have a little bit of soup, and I went back to bed. Now, that's not the weird part.
Oh, that wasn't the weird part.
That wasn't the weird part.
Well, do tell the weird part.
What is good with it, YouTube? It's Coffee tapping back in with another one, man. And this is quite the disturbing story right here, man. As y'all may know, there is a lot of theories out there about Oprah Harpo, right? Very rich, powerful woman across the globe, relationships with other elite individuals in other hemispheres and whatnot, like this individual that we're talking about right now in Brazil, John of God, right? Named himself after of the Lord, when he was doing some very wicked, disturbing, demonic-ish, and I mean some of the worst, nastiest-ish ever, violating children, holding children captive and impregnating them and selling the babies to sick flux across the world, violating his own child who testified against him, his own daughter. I mean, the list goes on. And that guy that Oprah was speaking with there was a guy that was going to see this John of God who was treating people. And I do that with air quotes because I ain't buying this fluckery. You know what I mean? In that other scene that you see in the, intro there is Jim Carrey portraying comedic actor Andy Kaufman, who passed away. The movie was called Man on the Moon. Very good movie. If you ain't seen it, go check it out. But if you have, comment and let me know if you flucked with the movie. It was pretty cool, man. They did everything about Kaufman. His, on Taxi as what was his name? Lodka. Wrestling Jerry the King Lawler and the whole angle they ran, with the late night talk show and everything, really historical-ish. But towards the end, Andy Kaufman got cancer, died of cancer. And I believe, if I'm not 100% on this, that's why I'm putting it out there, I believe he went and saw this John of God guy who could supposedly heal you. You heard what the guy was talking about. An entity would just fill him and he could heal a whole group of people in a room. People were paying money out their arse to go see this guy to be healed of cancer. Like this guy was saying leukemia or whatever, And he was doing all these old weird procedures too, eye scrapings and it's really gross. Y'all can read more about it, and he would do this all with no anesthesia, and he claimed he had the touch of God, right? But Andy Kaufman went, again, I don't know if this is the exact same guy. I believe it was in Brazil, and I believe this was indeed John of God. But if not, it was a similar quack, you know what I mean? That Andy Kaufman went and paid top dollar to go see and still died of cancer. Didn't save him at all, you know what I mean? I don't buy this ish one bit. Giving motherfuckers some glorified sunflower seeds and filling their head with all this nonsense, and it's just creepy, you would drug motherfuckers up and violate them when they were sleeping and all that, this went on for years. And why he's back in the news right now is yesterday he got hit with another 90 years, bringing his grand total of 350 years in prison, a few lifetimes for him to rot in prison and then rot in hell, you evil sack of ish, doing all this nasty, disgusting ish and, trying to do it in the name of the Lord like he's a man of God, man. I swear, whenever it comes to this cult ish or motherfuckers who, just say they're in tune with God, they're so blessed, they're a prophet 9 times out of 10, they're demons. You know what I mean? Demons. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Or, I don't know, this guy, he just looks like a wolf to me. He has that creep vibe to him. But him and Oprah had a very, very strong relationship. This guy didn't get locked up until 2018. So he was doing this ish for decades and decades. Literally a human trafficking organization. And Oprah was super tapped in with this guy. First she interviewed different people. She went there. There's even some reports, but this is allegedly, you know what I mean? This is one of those theories that she had some kind of school or something like that. And John of God had something to do with the school or something like that. And some girls ended up getting violated and they covered it all up, man. Like it's some real creepy ish, but it's like you have this major platform, and you claim to be a positive woman and all that. And, out to help and educate people, and you put this evil demon on the platform. And I know some people and promote him many, many times over. Like it was more than just her promoting him. They flat out had a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And I know some people, maybe a skeptic might say, oh, Coffee, she's just interviewing the guy. He was in the news, this, that, and the third. Yeah, okay. So someone who's just this holy healer and can do all this magic motherfucking powers and entities can jump into their body. Like, think about that, y'all. She talked about that on her national, even syndicated talk show. If you're all about being good people and being legit, you may interview them and say, hey guys, what do you think about this? This person says this. Do we believe this? How can we fact check this? How can we put this to the test and say if it's real or not? You know what I mean? But no, she actually ended up going there and continued the relationship with this dude. And you're telling me you went there, you saw him doing all this ish, and you didn't think nothing funny about it? Nothing, spiked your radar as even if, like, aside from all the demonic ish in disgusting, wicked ish this guy was on. Not even just the fact that he was a fraud didn't hit your radar. Come on, Oprah, fuck out of here, man. This is some real sick ish. And like I said, there's a lot of theories regarding her. And I'm telling y'all, man, this is just so odd that their close relationship. And there's a lot more to it, you know, at the end of the day. And for those who are more deep into this, drop some comments, your thoughts about this. If you know more about it, hit me with the pertinent info when we can dive deeper and do more videos on this. But I don't know, man. Oprah having a relationship with this human ex-trafficker, and promoting him so hard body and having, you know, a straight up friendship, it rubs me the wrong way, to say the least, man. And we got to put these wicked demons on blast. You know what I mean? So tap in. What do you guys think? Is Oprah pure evil? And once again, this guy got hit with another 90 jump off. So he's in jail for 350 years where he should be. Die, motherfucker, die. It's your life. Remember that? Was that Ja Rule? Die, motherfucker, die. It's your life. But I got to run, guys. Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching. Sub up. Stay tuned for more. It's Jay Coffee Talk, talking music, news, sports, current events, life, and much, much more. And I'm gone.